Hey everyone, this is Chelsea from He Is Health, and thanks for watching my video. So it's a really nice day outside, and I thought I'd shoot out on my balcony. I'm going to try to switch up the background as much as I can, but it can be a little difficult just because I live with 3 other people, and I live in a college apartment complex, so I'm surrounded by people 24/7, and it can be a little hard to find nice places where I have privacy. So I'll try my hardest, but yeah, I apologize if the backgrounds seem kind of boring in my videos. I'm going to try though, but we'll see how that goes. But today I basically want to talk about my last visit to the dermatologist and why I'm really happy that I decided to go holistic instead of taking my medications. And I'm not at all saying that we shouldn't take medications, but just in my case specifically, it was a lot more beneficial to me than my medications would have been. So, I don't know how many of you have actually been to the dermatologist before. Sorry for the noise, by the way. There's a shuttle going. We have a shuttle stop, so there's going to be a bus going by every now and then. There it goes! So, yeah, I went to the dermatologist. Pretty standard routine. Wait in the office, get my name called, talk to the person that you talked to before the actual doctor comes. And so, when the actual doctor came, she sat down and she looked at me and she was like, okay, so what's going on? And I was wearing makeup at the time, and she said my acne didn't look that bad when I told her my face was breaking out, but I mean, I was wearing makeup, so I don't know if I just did a really good job and I covered it, but I thought it looked pretty bad. So so after I told her that, my face was breaking out, I told her that my old acne prescriptions from high school weren't working anymore. She said it's because when you turn about 19 or 20, your hormones change. And so medications that you used in high school are too harsh for your skin now because your hormones have changed and your skin's more sensitive. And so she also asked me, did your face get flush red, and does it get red when you overheat or if you work out? And I was like, yeah, when I go running, my face will get a little red. And she was like, okay, well, you have rosacea. And I had never even heard of rosacea before, but rosacea is a chronic skin condition, and there are basically 4 types of rosacea. There's where your face just flushes red when you get hot. Some people get blood vessels in their face, they're really visible in their face. And other people, they'll get a bulbous nose where they actually accumulate extra skin around their nose and their nose gets bigger. And I had the adult acne form of rosacea, so it was kind of annoying to hear that because, I've been dealing with acne since 7th grade, and it died off when I got to college. So, when I found out that I had another acne problem, I was like, oh, awesome, Chelsea's Hormones Part 2, great. So she prescribed me Phenacea and Metrogel. They're 2 medications to treat rosacea, and when I looked at them online, they were going to be $150 together. And my parents did offer to pay for them, and I was really grateful that they wanted to help me and that they did want me to go on my medications, but I'm not going to be relying on them forever. And sorry, there's a UPS truck. And so when I graduate, I don't really want to have to shell $150 of my money for chemicals on my face that I'm going to have to use for the rest of my life. So yeah, I talked to my friend Lorelai, who's actually really into the holistic stuff like me, and she was like, no, don't take your medicines, just try the holistic stuff. Try it for 3 months. It takes 3 months for your body to adapt to holistic methods, and that's about the same time for acne medications anyway. So I was like, well, I might as well. But she was the extra push that I needed because I honestly was very close to just caving in and taking the medicine. And so yeah, I didn't take the medicine and my skin cleared up and everything's great now. But I think the coolest thing of this experience, using the holistic methods instead of medication, is after my acne went away, it left a lot of scarring. And I'll be honest, I do have scars on my face, and my parents, who they didn't want me to go holistic, they were convinced, oh, if you would have taken your medications, your face wouldn't have scarred. And so it didn't really make that much sense to me. So I called the dermatologist and I asked, hey, you prescribed me Phenacea and Metrogel. If I would have taken those medications, would it have helped the scarring? And they said no. They said that Phenacea and Metrogel were to help the redness in my face. And so, I probably should have asked to clarify what they said, but they didn't say that it was to help my acne. They said it was to just help the redness in my face, which wasn't even a problem for me. And then they said I would have had to buy a 3rd medication to get rid of the scarring. So basically, I would have spent over $150 if I would have taken all the medicines, and I spent literally $30 on my products that last just about as long as a medication would. I used honey, jojoba oil, and tea tree oil, and that's it, you know. And I just think it's so awesome because I knew that God wanted me to go holistic. I knew that's what He was telling me, and I'm not gonna lie, like going holistic, it was really, really hard because you know, people weren't supportive about it because it's such a taboo thing to not listen to a doctor and to just do things naturally. So, you know, my family wasn't supportive, and it was really emotional. There was a lot of fighting. And there were a lot of times where I was this close to caving. You know, like going holistic, like it was great, but it was really hard. I don't want you guys to think that it's an easy thing to do because it's not. And I was this close to caving all the time, and there were times where I would just, you know, start crying out to God, like asking Him to heal me, just telling Him, you know, I'm kind of miserable right now because I don't have any support. I feel like I'm a crazy person. Like, you know, I do just cry out to Him, but you know, He kept telling me to just focus on Him and to do it. And I just think it's a cool reminder that there's going to be a lot of things in our lives that God's going to ask us to do, and it's not going to make sense to us at the time, and it's not going to make sense to everyone else, but you know, in the end, it makes sense to Him, and that's what matters. And you know, when the bad stage is over and you see the results and you're like, oh, so that's why God wanted me to do this. So, you know, after I had called the dermatologist and I would have found out I would have paid over $150 for medicines that probably wouldn't have even worked, I was like, oh, that's why God wanted me to go holistic. Like, that's why He was telling me to just be patient. He was telling me to just focus on Him and to trust that He would heal me, because He did. So, yeah, that's pretty much my experience with the dermatologist and why I'm really happy I went holistic instead. So, I think my next post I'll probably... Hey! Sorry, it's one of my neighbors. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I think my next post I'm going to go a little more into my view of skin medications and conventional medicines and stuff. But until then, thanks for watching. And if you have any opinions or any comments, or even if you have any experiences of yourself going holistic, you know, feel free to comment. I'd love to hear from you.